On a warm summer day in July 2023, a terrifying mechanical failure shocked visitors at a small-town fair in Wisconsin. A thrill ride called the Fireball, known for its 360-degree swinging motion, suddenly froze mid-air, trapping 8 people upside down, dozens of feet above ground. Emergency responders rushed to the scene as bystanders screamed and recorded in horror. But it wasn't just a few minutes of suspense. These riders were stuck inverted for nearly 3 hours, with blood rushing to their heads, limbs going numb, and panic setting in. It was a terrifying ordeal that became national news, one of the worst amusement park malfunctions in recent U.S. history. In today's story, we follow a fictional family inspired by this real event, trapped for a full 5 hours on a failed roller coaster. This dramatization dives deep into their emotional and physical struggle, the fear of losing each other, and the fight to stay alive. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell if you love intense real-life survival stories like this one. Now let's begin with a day that was supposed to be perfect until everything went wrong. Chapter 1. The Perfect Family Day. It was a warm summer morning in July, the kind of day meant for joy, cotton candy, and thrill rides. The Chen family, Marcus, his wife Elaine, and their 2 kids, Lily and Ryan, were visiting a well-known amusement park in Wisconsin. It was their first vacation after a tough year of work and online school. As they entered the gates of Timber Canyon Amusement Park, the smell of popcorn and sounds of laughter greeted them like old friends. Ryan immediately pointed at the towering Iron Vortex, the park's most extreme roller coaster. "Dad, we have to ride that before we leave," Ryan exclaimed, eyes wide. Marcus chuckled nervously. "We'll see," he said. "Let's save the big one for last." Chapter 2. The Iron Vortex. By 4 p.m., the family had ridden nearly everything. With park hours winding down, they approached the Iron Vortex, a 150-foot steel monster known for its extreme loops. Despite Elaine's hesitation, peer pressure, and excitement won. They buckled in front row. As the roller coaster climbed, Lily squeezed Elaine's hand tightly. "Are we going to die?" she asked, half joking. "No, honey," Elaine smiled. "It's all safe." And then the descent began. Chapter 3. The sudden stop midway through the second vertical loop. Nearly 50 feet above the ground, there was a loud metallic snap. Without warning, the coaster halted, not at the station, not on a straight line, but completely upside down, mid-loop. Marcus blinked, blood rushing to his head. "What the hell just happened?" he shouted. The ride was silent. No engine hum, no announcement, just the groaning of steel and the distant screams of bystanders, and the coaster stayed still. Chapter 4. Panic sets in. The first 10 minutes felt like a delay. Maybe a power outage. But then 20 minutes passed. Then 30. The blood pooling in their heads started to take a toll. Elaine's arms began to shake. Lily whimpered softly. Ryan tried to stay calm, whispering jokes, but even he was visibly pale. Marcus yelled down at park workers now gathering below. "Hey, we've got kids up here." A voice crackled over a megaphone. "We're aware of the issue. Emergency crews are en route. Stay calm. Stay calm." They were 50 feet in the air, hanging by restraints, upside down, with no idea when or if they'd be brought down. Chapter 5. The body starts to break after 1 hour. Their legs began to feel cold. Blood had drained from their limbs, while their faces turned purple-red. By hour 2, Elaine was struggling to stay conscious, her speech slurred. Lily vomited and began crying uncontrollably. The ride structure creaked in the summer heat. Wind picked up, shaking the coaster cars. Each swing made their fear worse. Ryan shouted to his dad, "I can't feel my feet." Marcus was panicking but forced himself to stay strong. "Talk to me, son. Stay awake. Just keep talking." Down below, emergency responders were setting up high-angel rescue rigs. But the structure was unstable. One wrong move could tip the entire coaster. Time was slipping by. Chapter 6. Real-life inspiration. This fictionalized survival story is based on a real event that occurred in Wisconsin in July 2023. 8 passengers were trapped upside down on a ride called the Fireball at a local fair due to a mechanical failure. Emergency crews performed a high-angle rescue over 2 hours. Miraculously, no one died, but several were hospitalized with head and neck injuries. Our story takes inspiration from that terrifying reality. Chapter 7. Psychological breaking point. Hour 3 was the turning point. Elaine passed out. Lily kept slipping in and out of consciousness. Ryan began to cry, not from fear, but because he thought his mom had died. Marcus screamed for help until his throat was raw. Below, rescuers had reached them, but the process was painfully slow. Each person had to be lowered one at a time, harnessed, steadied, and secured. Would they make it in time? Chapter 8. One by hour 4, a firefighter finally reached their cart.
I looked up at the family, sweat dripping down his helmet.
"You're next," he told Marcus. "No," Marcus said hoarsely. "I take my wife and kids first. I started with Elaine, unconscious but alive. Then Lily, then Ryan." Each was lowered slowly by rope, medical crews rushing to meet them below. Marcus was last. As he was clipped in and pulled from the seat, the firefighter whispered, "You saved them. They'll be okay." Chapter 9. The aftermath at the hospital. All 4 were treated for blood pooling injuries, neck strain, and dehydration. Elaine woke up hours later, confused but safe. Ryan and Lily made full recoveries. Marcus had nerve damage in his leg, but doctors said it would heal in time. The amusement park was sued, and the ride permanently shut down. The Chens never went on a roller coaster again. Chapter 10. Lessons in survival, Marcus later said in an interview. "I thought we were going to die, but staying calm, talking to each other, keeping hope alive, that's what saved us. My family, they're everything." This family's strength, courage, and unbreakable bond were tested in the most terrifying way imaginable, and they survived. Chapter 11. Headlines and healing. The next morning, the Chen family woke up to a hospital room flooded with flowers, cards, and camera flashes just outside the window. The incident had gone viral overnight. Local news stations had picked it up first, then national outlets. Headlines screamed, "Family of 4 trapped upside down for hours. Park officials under fire after ride malfunctions. Survivors speak out. We thought we were going to die," Elaine, pale but stable, sat up in her hospital bed as reporters asked to speak with them. Ryan flipped through social media posts where strangers were calling them heroes, miracles, and lucky to be alive. But Marcus wasn't interested in fame. "We're not heroes," he said quietly. "We just held on." The truth was, the trauma ran deeper than any camera could show. All 4 suffered mild to moderate neck injuries and lingering headaches. Elaine had dizzy spells for weeks. Ryan developed intense anxiety. Lily refused to sleep alone. Therapist was brought in to talk with the kids. "Sometimes scary things happen that we can't control," she said gently. "But you're safe now, so it matters." Marcus blamed himself. "I should have said no to the ride. You got us through it," Elaine whispered. "That's all I care about." Chapter 12. The new normal. Months passed. The story faded from headlines, but it never left the Chens. They moved more cautiously now. No more roller coasters, no daredevil stunts. Even a car wash made Lily nervous. But something unexpected began to happen. They became closer. Family dinners became non-negotiable. Ryan and Lily, once typical bickering siblings, started doing homework together. Elaine started journaling. Marcus, once buried in work, made it a rule to take weekends off for family. People from around the country wrote letters. "Your story reminded me to hug my kids tighter." One woman even sent them handmade bracelets engraved with "Still Standing." The amusement park was fined heavily and issued a public apology. The Iron Vortex was dismantled completely, gone within 2 weeks. But the scars, both visible and invisible, remained. Elaine began giving talks about trauma recovery. She spoke at local schools, telling children how bravery isn't loud. Sometimes it's just staying calm when everything feels like it is falling apart. Ryan joined a youth mental health group. He told his story to other kids dealing with fear, anxiety, and recovery. And Lily, she surprised everyone. On the 1-year anniversary of the incident, she stood up during a school presentation and said, "I used to be scared all the time. Thought fear was something bad. But fear is what helped me survive. And my family, they're the reason I'm still here." The auditorium gave her a standing ovation. If you made it to the end of this story, Thank you for watching. This tale was based on real-life events to highlight just how quickly joy can turn to disaster and how the human spirit can endure anything. Share this story with someone who loves thrill rides. If this touched you or gave you chills, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another powerful survival story. Stay safe, stay aware, and we'll see you in the next video.